Carl Anthony Towns has been traded to the New York Knicks. Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo. Deontay DiVincenzo and Julius Randle. Is this a blockbuster trade? And do we see a different cat this year?
No. I didn't want to see my boy DiVincenzo leave the Knicks.
I want to see him lead the Warriors.
But I understand.
He would ignite us. Like when I'm like, man, we don't gotta
play. That's what his team does.
He did that for y'all.
Well, I'm not a Knicks fan, but I
thought you was a Knicks fan.
No, I don't have.
Who's a Knicks fan? Your dad.
My dad.
Okay.
My dad.
No, but we ain't got no teams after the Nets. It was over with.
I was a free agent for years, and then I saw the Warriors coming up. I was like,
still a free agent. I don't even care about basketball like that for real.
Here I go.
I follow players, but here's the thing about Cat. Now that he's with a guard that can get him the ball, he just really has to show and prove. Like he has to really. This is the time. Like you was at the Timberwolves for a minute and you were a franchise player, and now you're not necessarily the franchise player anymore. You have stepped into a role of high expectation because we all know who the Knicks is putting as their franchise player, and it's just like you have to follow in his I guess his lead. But the only problem I have with Cat's game is it's like, okay, so what do you want to master, sir? You want to shoot threes? Then like if you want to be that big guy that can hit threes, let's master it. If you want to be that guy in the paint, let's master it. He frustrates me just a tad bit. It's like my dad coached him. It's so crazy because my dad said that. He said if this kid which my dad knew because he was so big. He was so big at a young age. And he was so respectful. And my dad was like, if he just lock in, like really just focus, he was like, this kid could be unstoppable. And that's what I guess I've been waiting for, what my dad saw in him at such a young age. If he was just to lock in and just say, I'm going to dominate at this. And I just feel like he hasn't done it. So now
after all that,
he's just very I don't know. I don't want to call him goofy because he's not that. It's
yes,
not
he
that
is.
I don't want to call him goofy. It's like
I'd be ashamed ashamed he from Jersey.
He's from Jersey. Yeah, he's very corny. Like it's
like he from Jersey too, bro. I'm like, bro, don't do that. I don't know what part of Jersey he from. He from like Newark or something, right? Nick called him the big. Well, no. He's called. Sharice is laughing because Nick Williams just texted Big Bodega. But,
oh my god!
But that is what the New Yorkers are calling him, Big Bodega. And this is supposed to be a term of endearment. Nick sent this in our group chat, and I texted, he's more like the big cat that sits on the bread inside the Big Bodega. But
yo, that's crazy.
Y'all
don't think that he's a good fit for the Knicks. Well,
I'm not saying he's not a good fit. I'm saying come playoff time. I'm saying come playoff time, he's going to shrink like he's done time and time again. He's not going to show up. He's not going to show up consistently like how he's supposed to do. I think most of these big men in the league, like there are no Shaqs anymore. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even talking, and not to say that there ever was any Shaqs before or after Shaq, but the sheer fact that like big men used to be proud to be big men, right? And it used to be a big man's league before Michael Jordan came into the league, right? But big men used to relish and revel in being big men, and now you see all of these big men love to put the ball on the floor and face you up and try to cross you up. Shaq used to do that. We used to laugh because like we know that's not your game, and we know whenever you get ready to, you could do one of these. You could just back us down, and it be game over, and that's all she wrote. And in my opinion, it was like I think it wasn't this past season, but it was a season before when Cat being Karl Anthony Towns, realized if I just keep my behind down on the block, I could score more points. And I'm like,
exactly, Chief. Like,
come
are you
on,
kidding me?
yo. So
Like,
that's my gripe. That's what I
yeah,
don't believe. I believe he's going to do well. I believe he's going to put up numbers. I believe that the Knicks are going to do better this year than they did the previous year, and they did
absolutely,
excellent last year. I believe that
absolutely.
they'll go deep into the playoffs. But I believe when the time comes, when you put Joel Embiid up against this man, it's time to shrink. Ooh, 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 ooh.
You got to
Nick,
pick a side.
Nick says he hasn't mastered anything to dominate, to echo what Shaw said.
Exactly, exactly,
Yeah,
man. And that's his
he
problem. It's
got a
like,
real
what do you want to
confusing
do?
game. It's a
Pick a
confusing
side,
game. He be like, man, what
He
you
don't know
doing
what
up
he want
there?
to do.
I'm
right?
about to
It was
shoot a
like
three.
he shot
What?
out the lights for 3 lights. I'm like, this is some of the most dangerous stuff that big men can do is learn how to shoot threes because they're
Right.
gonna fall in love with that daggone three, and then they're gonna forget that they 7'1" and get
Go
they
get the
behind down there
rebound.
on
Get
that.
down on
Go
the
get
block.
the rebound, bro. Be down low. Love being down low.
That's all I'm saying.
But
We
here's the
got
other
guards.
here's the other caveat, right? Here's the other caveat. So you can also utilize that for Brunson to just because he can just go to the goal. If you're gonna play out there, you're gonna open the lane like that. Let Brunson run the ISO and get to the hole, get to
Right.
that cup
Yeah. No, I think this is
or
a good fit.
attract the foul. So if he pops out, okay, cool. But make plays like that, but don't have it your game centered around you trying to make a three. You know what I'm saying? You're not who we trying to bail out to. Nigga, you're not a shooting guard.
He won when he won the 3-point competition. I think it was like maybe like 2 seasons
Yeah,
ago.
he did.
I was like,
Yeah.
come on. He going
But that gives you confidence. That's
Pick
good. I mean, but
a side.
he picking a side. He's like, oh, I'm gonna be the next. I'm
three
like,
ball.
bro, if you don't just that's where it is. Get down low. I remember I used to be afraid of LeBron driving to the lane because I was like,
You
if this
should
man,
be.
I'm like, if this man drive the lane, it's over. And if LeBron ever gets it into his mind that he don't ever have to shoot a three in his life, he could just drive the lane.
That is a
Lights
football player
out.
playing
Back in
basketball.
Miami, when he was in Miami, I said, all this man, he a locomotive coming down that lane. It's
Mm-hmm.
unstoppable. Count it. It's as good as it's good. Count it. He not missing. They can't hold him. 3 men falling off of him. It's over. If Karl Anthony Towns could ever just realize and just wake up and realize one day, I'm 6'10". And I'm the third best big man in the league behind Joakim Jokic and Joel Embiid. Well, I might be number 2 because Joel always get hurt during the worst
Always,
time. So,
always.
and they say that the best ability is availability. So, all
That
right,
is
I'm
it.
number 2.
Mm-hmm.
If I could just realize that I'm bigger and more talented than everybody,
Because he
sky's the
is,
limit.
man. He is. And he's really the crazy part, he really is a student of the game. That's why it's so weird. It's like, why do you play like that? Like it's like who's telling you to do this? Like who's saying, yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, take that through. Like
Jordan Woods.
who's doing this? Like
Jordan Woods.
seriously.
Bro,
Who's doing this? Like I don't like it. Like
there's no
just
way she got any
focus.
bearing on this man's game.
Dominate that paint. You can do it. Like dominate it. Like
I love that they bought a house and then he immediately got traded. I love that. That just goes to show you shouldn't be shacking up.